Hello, my crafty friends. Can you see me? I actually meant for it to go. I see. Whoops. Can you hear me now? That was total operator error. I just want to check. Oh my gosh, my chin looks terrible. Can you hear me? I just want to hear if I can hear. Looks terrible. Can you hear me? Okay. How's the sound? I know it's going to be echoey for just a second because I want to make sure that I can hear myself. Good? Hello, Roz. Hello, Marissa, Susan, Cindy, Jennifer. Hello, everybody. Look at my... Oh, it's terrible. Good? Hello, Roz. Hello, Marissa. Okay, so I probably look all sloppy, total hillbilly, but today was day one in the office, and guess what? I survived. And the dogs survived. We're all good. I wore jeans to work, but I can't wear these. So as soon as I got home, I'm like, yes! And then it was just a tank top because it is like 24 degrees here. But now that I'm standing in this room, it's a little cold. So I have my Stampin' Up hoodie on. But I really wish they would do one that didn't look so sloppy. One that was just maybe like a bright color or something that looked like you didn't just throw it on from laundry. Hello, everybody. So it's all good. You can hear me. You can see me. Bad skin and all. I will tell you a lot of this is from my mask. And today was the first day that I wore a mask like all day. And the bridge of my nose was just in agony. I think my mask might be too tight. So let me flip this around. There's really not a whole lot of updates this week. I do want to share. I have been so busy. Knowing I was going back to the office, there was a whole bunch that I had to do on Monday. And then funny story, on Tuesday, I was supposed to be in the office. So we went from working from home fully to we had to be in the office 3 days this week and 1 day from home because we have Mondays off. So I was going to do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So Monday night, I set my alarm, make sure that it's for 6 o'clock, not like 7:30. And yep, set for 6 on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So yesterday I woke up and I'm like, it has to be past 6. Yeah, it's 12 minutes after 8. Like even if I were dressed and ready out the door, I still wouldn't have made it to work on time. And it's only like a 10-minute drive, but construction and, you know. So I worked from home. And if you're a member of my Stamped AF group, you saw that the dogs had a meeting yesterday without me. I was a little hurt. And I think it was to discuss why I was still here. Like, you're cramping our style already. Yes, 24 degrees. Celsius. Yes, Celsius. I would be wearing a lot more layers, I think, if it were 24 Fahrenheit, right? That would be like super cold, wouldn't it? Yeah. So what do I have to share with you? Let's flip this to my hands and my face. So if you saw I meant to share it to Instagram, but it actually shared to Facebook. You probably think I'm just this technologically challenged person. I'm actually pretty tech savvy, but the stuff that I'm dabbling in is a little more advanced than maybe I was ready for. But all seems to be going well with my stream. I got my bill for my internet and they upgraded me to like the top tier. I'm like, I don't make this much money. So we need to downgrade just a little until I'm making more money, because no. So I'm hoping that by dialing it back just a little bit, we'll still have great internet, but it won't cost an arm and a leg. Okay, so if you follow me on Facebook or on my stampedaf.ca website / blog, you saw this card. I don't think the lighting did it much justice, but this is the new Whimsy and Wonder DSP, and you can see by that bow right there just how prismatic it is. This has to be the most beautiful paper in the catalog. There is a rainbow one that is stunning. I'll show you that in just a minute. But this is for the Global Design Project Challenge, and their challenge this week is a color one. You can see the Wink Stella on there. It is Coastal Cabana, Night of Navy, and Polished Pink. So while those aren't the colors in this DSP, I really thought it looked nice. Mask knee, that is right. But also, I mean, your dog's had an illegal sleepover, Megan. We're not all the same age, but also part of it is like those nasty chin hairs that start coming through, and it doesn't matter how much I scrub. So yeah. Hi Karen. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Roz. Okay, so one thing I wanted to show you, I'm kind of like squirrel syndrome. I offered a free class last month to anyone that spent $60 or more on the day that we had the free shipping. So you got my Stamping Society tutorial, the Sweet Stampin' Connection tutorial, you got my free class that was like Pattern Party and Pests or Pets, or I like alliteration, so it was Pattern Party and something with a P. And the embellishment of the month, which, well, not really an embellishment, but it was the elegant trim. So I offered that to my customers, and I also offered it to my team. But my team didn't have the advantage of knowing beforehand. I actually, the day after, I don't always plan everything, but I thought, you know what? I've done a lot of work for this class. I'm going to offer it to my team. So everyone who had placed an order that day also got that class. So it has gone out. I've recorded the video, and I just wanted to show you just how stinking cute these things are, because they're going to end up going in like a pile and they won't see the light of day again for a while. So just wanted to show you because these are all so easy. It's using that Pattern Party DSP. This one is the turtle with some glimmer paper. Oh, take a breath. This one is that, they all have the same paper. That is the common theme. But this is the Count on Me stamp set. So one is heat embossed and one is not, but so cute, right? And now possibly my favorite, but because I hesitated so long to record this video, because I mean, my to-do list is usually like this long. Right now, I got this cool little whiteboard. If you saw my craft room tour, you saw this. But right now, this is all that's on it. There might be more that I don't have on it right now, but oh yay, Erin, that's awesome. Good, good, good. They all seem to be arriving. So the one, I hesitated way too long on this, and by the time I was ready to record the video, I'm like, oh shoot, I don't have the snail tip bundle anymore because it retired. So I chose a different stamp set, and I am so happy with the way this turned out. Look at my little mermaid. Isn't she cute? I really wasn't all that enticed by this stamp set, but I saw something that was just so amazing. And then I thought, okay, well, I need something that brings in these colors. And as soon as I saw the green and the blue, I'm like, mermaid. And how well does it go with my nails? So I just wanted to show you those before they go in a pile and they're not to be seen again. Right, Jennifer? It's so awesome. Can I just ask, how is the sound? Like, have I finally found a winner in a microphone? I think so. And I even saw that on Amazon you can get like basically an audio extension cord. So I could have it where I could whip around the whole room and it would still work. Okay, so two things. I have a video that's going live on Friday morning, and that is the Global Stampin' Video Hop, and it is trending, so trends in card making. And I was trying to figure out what to do. I wanted to do a slimline card, but of course I want to like blow everyone's mind. So what am I going to do? So I came up with these two samples, but I wasn't thrilled with them for that. So I came up with something entirely different for my sample. But I wanted you to see, this is Words of Cheer. Let me grab the stamp set since I can reach. See, last time I was plugged in, I couldn't reach that far. So Words of Cheer, because we always need die cut words, has the word happy, and then it has this festive little outline, and then we also have the word cheer, and that one is vertical. So I die cut one with silver and vellum, but it didn't quite stand out, so I'll use that for something else. But I used that, and this was an alcohol ink blending thing on vellum. And this was the first one that I did, and well, I love, love, love this paper. This is that Whimsy. Is it? What if I was worried that it might be rubbing on it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to zip my hoodie up in the back. Think I can do it? There. Now it keeps my arms warm, but it's like all back here. It feels weird. I zipped it a little too high. Okay, so this is that paper, and if you love rainbows and stripes and all things rainbowy, you will love this. So I did some paper piecing for this to do the die cutting. So I want to offer you two different options tonight. Now that I'm zipped up, I'm like, oh, I'm getting kind of warm. Do you want to see one of these two cards, or do you want me to make a Peekaboo Farm with the picture this dies, the round ones, where we could do 3 animals? I know it's a very different ask. Peekaboo Farm or one of these two? Oh, and on the inside of this one, I was doing some ombre stamping, but I realized to use Magenta Madness first, not Polish Pink. So the bottom is Polish Pink, the top is Magenta Madness. Happy card, farm animals, happy. Whoa! Okay, so 2 for Peekaboo, 2 for happy. Now, if you're telling me happy, yes, Melanie, I need to know, is it alcohol ink or just DSP with a little bit of paper piecing? Now, if it's paper piecing, I happen to have them right here. Oh, and with the very sudden return to work, I did not figure out this comment thing where I can share it on the screen. I was thinking there's a very easy way to do it, but that's in the other software that I was using, not this one. Alcohol, happy card, DSP, just make both. Alcohol, alcohol. Okay, so this one is clearly not, this one is so easy, like it would have taken 5 minutes. All you're doing is gluing some cardstock onto a piece of the, well, not gluing. You could put it on cardstock or you could put it on the adhesive sheets. Okay, so let's do this, and then we can do something with this quickly. See, now I'm getting hot. Okay, so I need a piece of vellum. And we're going to take a larger piece than I need. I was going to do a slimline with this, but it wasn't working. So my alcohol, oh, it's so nice to be able to move around. You need 90% alcohol with this. The 70% will not work, so mine is 91. You can see I got that from Walmart. The colors I used were all dark, I believe. Polish Pink, Pumpkin Pie, Daffodil Delight, Granny Apple Green, Bermuda Bay, and I actually had purple in there, but it got cut off. So we are going to move them just a little bit closer. Isn't that a fun little rainbow? I don't have paper towel in here, but I do have Kleenex. Grab a straw and a brush. Which brush did I use? I think I just used a regular brush. The one that I'm going to use is one that I just use for if I have Rogue embossing powder. So, funny story. I bought this little thing. I actually ordered it through Instacart. And I thought this would be a good thing to squeeze the alcohol with, but this thing could not be harder. So that won't work. I thought, oh, maybe if I heat it with my heat tool, that will soften it up. It does, but it still doesn't work. So I'm going to continue with the straw. And if you see me hit the deck, it's because I've run out of breath. Call for help. Happy alcohol. So I haven't really shared this story, but Melanie, my queen of humor, will understand. We had a union meeting a few weeks ago, and I found out that I may have to apply for the job that I've been doing for 2 years, a week shy of 2 years. I found out today I don't. It will be mine. Okay, now I am going to grab, actually I could leave this. Let's kind of mark how much room I have, because I don't want to lose the purple this time. So let's say we have to about there. Cindy, have you not seen this technique done? You're out to dinner and watching me. Look at you. Okay, so all I'm going to do is color. Now I don't want any of my strips to be too big. I think I actually did pink in there, but no, I didn't. I remember looking at my palette. Ooh, it just said live video interrupted. Is it good? Jennifer, I work for the teachers union for all public school teachers in Manitoba. So we are a union and we have a union. It's funny. And my position in finance got deleted 2 years ago. So I've been in basically a term for 2 years, just waiting for that other shoe to drop. I am going to grab a darker purple because that is not as dark as I would like. So that was Fresh Freesia. We're going to go with Highland Heather, which isn't all that much darker. But yeah, I've been like in limbo for 2 years. So the mat leave that I was covering, it came back early, but she's filling another term, and now it turns out she's got a permanent position. So it's good news all around. I'm like, I am not applying and interviewing for a job I've already been doing for 2 years. Truth be told, I want to do this full time, but I can't yet. Okay, so you saw that I poured some alcohol into the lid. I tried it in one of our aqua painters, and it doesn't work. It leaks. You're actually not, you're not supposed to use the aqua painters for anything other than aqua. Okay, so I'm just going to add some drops, and then I will start to blow. Now you can just do drops if you want this droppy kind of look. Look at that fun spatter. Is it spatter or splatter? Isn't that fun? And then if you want it to move, you can blow it around. Now, if you blow too hard, like I just did, then you kind of end up with a big white spot. But you can go over it again. What I'm going to suggest is we skip a color and come back to the Bermuda Bay, because they can get muddy. Like if you see in here, it's not as orange and bright as I would have liked. I'm kind of liking this spattery look. So if you have, Stampin' Up! Used to have a tool that you could use like to squeeze air. If you have one of those, I would recommend that. A straw works too, just don't blow too hard. Actually, if you're using the spatter technique, it doesn't really matter because we're not blowing them into each other. And because it's alcohol, it dries super fast. Okay, so I'm going to give it a little bit of, it'll be light. No two will ever be alike, which is fun and maybe a bit frustrating. I would recommend a piece of paper towel or Kleenex just so you can clean your brush in between. And you can also just paint it on. So that one looks quite a bit different than my first one, but all 6 colors are on there. We can hit it with the heat tool, or it can just air dry. That didn't take very long at all, did it? And then just pour your alcohol back in. Right? You know what? What? No way. I'm not an accountant. I used to work in finance and I loved that. Maybe love is a little strong, but I really miss doing that job. I'm an administrative assistant. I was an accounting clerk when I was over there. But if I could do anything, it would be this all day, every day. I can't believe you haven't seen this, Carolyn. Oh yeah. So if I get a little loopy, it's from this. I should open a window. I'm already a little squirrely, right? Okay, so this is almost dry. Do you see? It's just the Bermuda Bay. I'm going to hit this with my heat tool for just a couple of seconds. It is vellum, so you don't want to go overboard because it will warp. And I'm going to go from behind. And when you start to feel or see that your vellum is going the other way, like if it started off curled like this and it starts to go back the other way, like those, it's dry. And if it was a little too intense, you could put more alcohol on it and dab it. You have the option of putting it right side up or wrong side. And with this one, actually, it's not making a whole lot of difference. I don't like that little bit of yellow in there. So I'm going to add a little bit more green. And there should be enough just in the lid. Nope. I really love that bubbly look. I was going to say, did I just do that on the wrong side? But no, I didn't. Okay, so I'm going to let that sit for a moment. I do not have a scrap of that out. Do you want to see the full card? Are you really? That's awesome. Do you want to see the whole card, or are you happy seeing this part? What is the back side of that paper? Do you think I can remember? There's some, oh yeah, I remember putting this down. I'm like, I love this paper. So instead of doing a full strip, I'm going to cut this down and just have like a little strip on the top and bottom. I can't wait for you to see what I've got for Stamping Society and Sweet Stampin' Connection this month. They are already done. I just have to write the tutorials, and for Stamping Society, I just have to do my video. But I can't decide which card I do for the video and which one I do for the blog hop, because for the blog hop, I don't do a video. Basically, the blog hop, you're just getting to see it. You're not getting the process. I mean, I can do a video, but I do so many that I'm not volunteering myself for that. So I'm having a hard time figuring out which one should be for which. So what field is that in, Jennifer? Okay, that's almost done. So words of cheer. I think you're going to want this one. It is really unfortunate that it didn't coordinate with the pretty perennials. Happy. I don't think that one's going to stand out enough. And because I've got black and white, I think we'll stick with black and white. Now I'm getting toasty. It's probably because the humidity here is like 2,000. Lynn, I am using the 91% isopropyl rubbing alcohol. Apparently the 70% will not work, but I'm not sure why. Like I'm not sure what happens if you use the 70%. I know that when we were making our shimmer mist, we couldn't use the 90%. It had to be 70. So there's something about the properties in both that help it to work in one and not in another. For those wondering, if you haven't seen, I do have product shares available. I feel like I've posted it everywhere, so you probably know. I'm sorry for the camera shaking. Hi, Francis from Perth. Hi, Michelle. Oh my goodness, Jennifer, that must be so hard. Like, do you see? Oh, that'd be so difficult. I used to work at, it's called Canadian Virtual Hospice, and we were attached to Riverview, which is a palliative care facility, and I mean, it's a hospital, but palliative care is what it's known for. And oh, so hard. I mean, I didn't deal with patients. We were a website. Okay, so there is our happy. And because this is nice and wide, we don't need adhesive sheets, although you could definitely use them if you want. Okay, I've got to close this window before Dave realizes I have it open with the air on. You do everything else. Other duties as assigned, right? Those words as an administrative assistant will get you every time. You'll clean up my mess after. Now, I had to cut the tip off of this Tombow because it really was being naughty. It would not come out no matter what I did. And it's probably now only about a third of the way full, but when it started misbehaving, it was over half, and I'm like, you're not done, mister. I am not finished with you yet. This is tricky to do with only one hand. I was going to ask you something. Oh, I remember. Okay, so every month I do a gift with purchase. So if you spend $60 with me in a month, you get, this month you actually get to choose your $11 in product. Basically, I'm giving you my discount back. So it's no wonder I can't afford to work from home, right? But I figure it's the least I can do for you shopping with me. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but we'll make it work. Anyways, my question to you is, would you rather... Oh, that's awesome, Francis. Michelle, it is the Words for Cheer. It's in the upcoming mini catalog. I really bought it for the words. So my question to you, let me set this real quick. Couple of spots that look like they're wet, but they aren't. It's fooling me. So it's kind of, I am in Winnipeg, Manitoba, in Canada. What is the die set? All I know is it's Words of Cheer as the bundle. Let me look it up. I can't show you the inside of the catalog yet because it hasn't gone live, but that doesn't mean I can't look it up for you. I can even tell you what page it's on if you have a catalog of your own. If you are in Canada and you're not working with a demonstrator and you need a copy of this, let me know. I would be happy to get one in the mail to you. They are called the Christmas Cheer Dies, and they are on page 20. Whew. I feel like the air conditioning has gone off. I may have to lose this. Oh, that's better. Okay, my question, squirrel. Also, there is a stamp set in the new catalog that has squirrels. My spirit animal, right? So, close this so the whole neighborhood isn't like, why is it so bright in there? Focus. Let me get the die that I need. So it is this lovely one that is from the ornate style. There were 2 ornate ones and one of them retired. This is the one that's still current. So what I'm going to do is die cut that, and you can see we get both ends of it this time. But before I die cut it, I'm going to put some adhesive sheet on it because I don't want the adhesive to be visible. And you know with vellum that sometimes even as hard as we try, you can still see it. So this is one way. Now it probably seems like overkill, but if you want it to be where you can't see any adhesive, then this is the way to do it. Let me get this done and then I'll pose my questions, because I have a feeling if I try doing it now, I'm just going to start over like 4 more times and you're going to be like, okay, I'm done. I can't listen to her pose this question 1 more time. Thank you, Francis. Hi, Chris. I'm out of breath. I'm so incredibly out of shape. It's not even funny. And because it's so warm, I can't even take the dogs for a walk. Like it's been, I think Dave said over the next like 8 days, there's only 1 day that's under 30 degrees Celsius. And I saw a post the other day, like I can't take the dogs when it's super hot. And I saw a post that said, please stop taking your dogs for walks in this heat. The asphalt is so hot on their little pads. And I thought, I wonder if they could wear booties, but then their feet would still be super hot. But no, it's too hot to go. Okay, so this way we're not going to see any adhesive because it's all adhesive. So I'll bring back my stamp and cut and emboss machine. If this is your first time here, no way, Lynn, that's awesome. I am a little rambly. And I think having been working from home for most of the last 18 months, I don't talk to anyone but my dogs during the day and maybe Dave a little bit in the evening. So when it comes to Facebook Live, I'm like all over the place, like zing, zing, zing. So buckle in. But I was out in the wild today. I went out at lunch because, I mean, I don't have any food right now. Tomorrow's payday. At that point, I would probably do an Instacart order. Dave's like, are you ever going to go grocery shopping again? And I'm like, I don't know. Honestly, I'm loving having it where I can go shop on an app and someone delivers my groceries to the doorstep. I pay for that. They pick horrible produce like every time. So every time I complain about it, he's like, so when are you going grocery shopping then? I'm like, fair, but oh, that's awesome, Francis. How did you find me? Did someone you know share it? I need a fan in here. I have found that when I must have put cardstock under it the first time and then the adhesive sheet, because this time all my dots came out. You might notice on this one that they didn't. And when I noticed that none of them did, I'm like, ooh, I kind of like it like that. But this time they all came out. Every single one. Oh, make a liar out of me. One didn't. But look at that. And then all I have to do is take your pick dye brush over my garbage can with this and voila. But this does mean that my little plan of only putting that DSP at the side has kind of been, ooh, I don't like it like this. What do you think? Do you like that you can see the stripes or no? You know what? I don't like it. I don't like grocery shopping, especially now that I've discovered Instacart. I don't like it. Whoops. I missed a comment. Yeah, ours was just back. Order from the store app. Oh yeah, that's a good idea, Melissa. I thought you were off already, lady. I hope you have a wonderful time. Aw, that's awesome, Francis. No stripes. Okay. I know, it's a little too much, isn't it? Okay, so I will use a little bit of course I did it that way, basic white underneath there. You know, I'm sure at one point I will end up grocery shopping again, but I don't have to right now. But I went out at lunch because I needed food. See, squirrel. And went to Dollar Tree because I'm trying to figure out peach themed ideas. There was nothing. For our upcoming retreat, we're using the Sweet as a Peach and Plentiful Plants bundles. So of course I want to do a pillow gift that coordinates, but nothing. I've looked online, and I mean, I've already done a peach bingo, so I feel like I already came up with my best ideas for the peach one. Oh, there's two that didn't come out. For my local peeps that participated in my peach bingo, I gave them, there was San Pellegrino that had like a peach and something flavored sparkling water. And I really wanted to be able to put it in the flat rate boxes for my distance people. But I'm like, what if that explodes in the postal system and I get in trouble? Like I'm liable or something. So it was only for my local peeps. But yeah, I didn't find anything. So now we can peel this as if it's a sticker. Because, I mean, technically it is. I probably shouldn't have peeled the whole thing right off the hop. No pressure. As long as I have a little bit of white on the edges, that'll be okay. So yeah, it was kind of nice to get out. And I'm like, oh, I'm out in the world. And then I went to the post office after work because I had a return to sender package, which my mailman gave me the form on Friday, like had it all written out, said it would be ready for pickup on Saturday. It wasn't. The postal clerk said, oh no, your mailman doesn't come here, so it won't be here till Monday. And then I found out today it actually cost me more to pick it up than it did to send it. I inverted two of the numbers on the address. Stupid me. But the girl would not let me see it. I wanted to see what it was and who it was going to. And she would not let me see it. I'm like, okay, if you want me to pay for it, let me see whose it is. And of course, Canada Post put stickers on everything. Like I was basically lucky to be able to see who it was going to, because every time I peeled the sticker to see what was underneath it, everything came with it. I'm like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. The comedy of errors. So I came home, had some cold pizza, and sat and relaxed until this was ready. My daughter called me right before I was about to go live. She's like, you're not live yet? I'm like, well, if you thought I was live, why are you calling me? Tested out my mic with her, and then I joined you. Okay, so my question. You like being able to chat? You know what? I've been doing Facebook Lives. I'm coming up to my 4-year anniversary at the end of this month. And I've been doing Facebook Lives, I think, all along. And I came to appreciate when you're watching a live and the person connects with you. Like I know I'm here and you're there, but I really like when that person is like, oh, hi, and says my name. I mean, it's silly. Like, I don't know these people. It's not like a celebrity, but it's like, hey, she said my name. And I just like the connection because we haven't had a lot of that in the last 18 months. So that brings me to my question. We've come full circle. So I offer that free monthly gift every month. Most months I choose it. Some months, like this one, I let you choose it. So my question is, it's going to be a couple because seriously, I'm sure I have ADHD. My doctor's appointment is on Monday. Don't let me forget, because the last one I forgot. My question is, do I keep doing that? Do I keep deciding what it is? Do I make it where every month you get to choose what it is? Because you can pay the difference. If you want to get something else and you just use that $11 as credit towards that, that's fine too. Or do I have it where you get a free class that month? Like I'll design a class, much like the one I showed you at the beginning of this. Oh, it feels good to be able to talk here and be able to move. Yes, Michelle. No way, Megan. You know what? Hi, Kathy. It is funny though, because I mean, you feel connected to people you watch, right? Like I watch other demonstrators and I'm like, I know that person. I've never met them, but we have at least a rapport online. Like I can approach people and say, hey, do you want to do this crazy thing called an Insta hop with me? So yeah. So would you like it? One, I'm going to recap. I haven't even gotten to the last option yet, where I choose what the free gift with purchase is. You choose what the free gift with purchase is. Not like one thing for the month. You choose the product that you, Kathy, want, for example. Or do you want a class? So I will design a class, and whether you have the stamp set or not, I would design it. I would die cut all the pieces, give you the DSP, give you the embellishments. Obviously, I can't stamp for you, but any of the punching and die cutting that can be done without the stamping first, I would do that. What would you prefer? Or do we do it like a cycle? 1 month I choose what it is, the next month you choose what it is, the next month it's a free class. Like I don't want to put, this is going to sound horrible. I don't want to put all my time into designing a class and then no one places an order. I mean, I would only do that for so many months before I'm like, nope, this isn't working. But as my customers and my team and my viewers, I know you can't order from me, but your opinion matters. I would love to know what your preference is. Melanie says classes are fun. Oh, it totally does. I did not notice that. You're totally right, Kathy. Thank you for sharing, Dawn. Cycle. You know what? As I said it, I'm like, ooh, I like that idea. Like a 3-month cycle. So once a quarter, you would get a free class. You know, I could totally keep up with designing a class every quarter. But I am also trying to do my own online classes. I mentioned before that Tiffany and I do Creativity Delivered together. Our Festivity Delivered is starting in August. So we're using the Penguin Place bundle. And I've designed 1 card out of my 2 so far. And oh my goodness, you're going to love it. So Festivity Delivered, it's going to be $45 Canadian. You will get all of the supplies to make 2 each of the 4 projects, 2 designed by me, 2 designed by Tiffany, and you will get the stamp set. And if you already have the stamp set, or maybe it's not your style, you can substitute it for something else. If you participate in all 5 months of our Festivity Delivered, you'll get free product at the end of it. If you don't want all 5 months, you can just pick and choose the ones you want. We advertise the stamp sets that we're using so that you know ahead of time. So we do Creativity Delivered, Festivity Delivered. We have Blends Club. And I thought, you know, I still want to be able to do classes where I can have like 20 die cuts per card if I want, because poor Tiffany, very lucky Tiffany has so many team members and customers that buy from her that if there are too many pieces to be done on a card, it's too much. So we keep it reasonable. And I thought, you know what, I want to offer some to my team, some to my customers, that if there's too many die cuts on the card, there's only me to complain. So, Cindy, that's the only reason you need to move to Canada? Yes, Megan, you totally do. Okay, that's not exactly centered on there, but I can fix that after. Now, I feel like one of the things that really made this pop is that little bit of baker's twine. And if you've followed me for any time, you know I don't use a ton of ribbon. Baker's twine is my go-to. Now, there's nothing wrong with ribbon. I just find that sometimes it can feel like I have to try too hard to incorporate it, whereas baker's twine, you can just tie a knot or a bow on the top and it draws your eye up. There was a card the other day where I'm like, oh, I really want to use this ribbon, but where am I gonna put it? There was just no natural place for it to go. Oh, it was for the retreat. I've got my 4 cards designed, and you're gonna love those too. So if you were part of the spring fling retreat, when you saw my cards, all 4 of them were fancy folds, or 3 out of the 4 were fancy folds, and I mean, they was fancy. My Facebook Live probably could have been 3 hours long. So this time, they're all fun folds, fancy folds, fun folds, but they're on the simpler side. So we're not going to be doing a whole bunch of scoring and cutting and all of that for you because it's a little complicated. They are all super fun, but not super advanced. Okay, so that is that card. Oh, and I put Happy Day, which is from this set. So Happy Day. And if you notice, I stamped day so that it cut, well, close. It looks like the end of the Y runs into the D. Now, the only thing I didn't put on there was the black matte dots. But I want to show you, that took 45 minutes, all right. Whew. Oh, that's awesome, Heather. Which one? This one, the Words of Cheer? When I placed my pre-order, I did something I don't normally do, and I ordered like all of the DSP and the ribbon and the embellishments, which meant that I couldn't get like any of the bundles I wanted. So right now I think I have 3, maybe 4 bundles, and that's because those are the ones that I need in like August and September. Jennifer, the retreat is $85. And I can send you the link afterwards, but it's $85, and that includes 16 cards. So the supplies to make those 16 cards. If you don't have the Sweet as a Peach bundle and the Plentiful Plants bundle, you'll have the option to add them on. You don't have to use them. And there is an additional class on the Sunday, which is $30. And there'd be shipping. Oh, nice. I didn't do that on the first one because it was adhered to cardstock. But do you notice on this one, you can see the stitching because it's a little thicker. This one, you can't see the stitching. It's also not sticking, which is funny because there's adhesive sheet on all of it. Do you want a very quick peek of my cards since I've got them all designed? The only thing I don't have designed for the retreat is my pillow gift because I just can't decide. And it seems like every idea that I have, one of the other 3 ladies is already doing something similar. I'm like, can't do that. Can't do that. Heather, did you say yes to this? What was I going to do? I was going to grab my picture this dies for that. This for that. I don't know if you're still watching, Karen, but I'm using my dies. One of the 2. I am seriously addicted to these dies. Addicted. Now I have a sample on my computer that I wanted to follow, but now everything's covering it up. Okay, so I have 2. Whoa. Yes, Megan, I just I really scrolled up super high. Hi, Cheryl. Yes, I think that's why I'm asking, is because I know some demonstrators do have it where they offer tutorials as their ordering gift. So because I do that free gift, I don't want to go overboard. I also, now that I'm going back to work in the office full time, I don't want to be like, okay, so I overpromised and underdelivered. I never want to do that. So I am going to cut this out. That is an odd size mat. Yes, I will show you those cards. Cindy, do you mean this one? If so, it is the Picture This dies, and there is the circle ones and the rectangular ones. And I feel like they don't showcase very well in the annual catalog because they don't have a coordinating stamp set. They are shown with the Peekaboo Farm in the catalog, but they're awesome. Like there's stitching on all of them, so the positive and the negative get stitching, and actually the rectangles have stitching and a dot. But seriously, I can't use these enough. I've already gotten my money's worth out of these ones. I've got a piece of a glue dot stuck to my finger. And the beauty is, even if I don't use these tags, I can save them because look at how many of these I have. every time you cut it out, you get stitched circles. And how awesome is that, since we don't have stitched circle dies anymore? Right? What? Say it ain't so, Christine. I have been using them for everything. You know the Frank's hot sauce, sorry, I'm like way over here. You know the Frank's hot sauce commercial? She's like, I put that on everything. That's like these dies. Karen can testify. Whenever she sees something with this or the Give It a Whirl die, she's like, hey, those are your dies. So I can save these cinnamon cider ones. I don't know when I'll ever use them, but why not? I will grab a couple of the white ones. I just have a sample up here that I'm casing. It's by Wendy Fee, and I believe she is, I think she's a UK demonstrator, but I could be wrong. Oh, that's awesome, Pam. Hi, Pam. I don't have a whole lot of samples with it because I did my D-stash last week. So remember, did I share it on my Facebook story or just on Instagram? Remember that thing of Happy Mail? I can't remember how many packages, but guess how much postage it was. Okay, there's one set of cards that I want to show you, and where's the others? I put them away. So remember recently I was talking about how I got into TikTok and it was like a time suck and I couldn't get out. Well, I'm only opening it like maybe once a day now, which is really all I can afford to do because it can take so much time. But there was this one video, it was about decluttering and just cleaning up in general. And this woman says, it's basically someone's audio, and it says, don't put it down, put it away. Don't put it down, put it away. Don't put it down, put it away. So every time I go into a room and I'm like, oh, I'll just put this here. I'm like, don't put it down, put it away. And I mean, I don't have a problem with that kind of clutter and stuff, but it stands out to me every time. I'm actually going to turn this the other way. So we need one of the largest one. So these all fit in here. And if I can figure out a way to show it to you after, I will show you the inspiration, because we're just going to put this in behind it and have some wood grain, but we're going to stamp some animals on these circles. Right, Denise? Do you find it's working? Thank you so much for joining, Jennifer. I can send you the link to the retreat, and no pressure. If you're interested, great. If you're not, I'm not high pressure. Says that all the time on her lives. Pick it up, deal with it. Like, I think that's how you really avoid clutter, right? Deal with it right then. Okay, so I don't usually case exactly, but because I've already been live for almost an hour, we're just gonna keep it simple. I mean, lately I tend to be talking so much that I can be live for an hour and only do one project. So we're getting a bonus here. Now, she didn't do the pig, but I've just got to do the pig. I'm totally obsessed with the pig. We are not going to have the feet on there because I'm going to stamp those separately. She has the horse. Do I want the ram, the horse, or the ram or the horse? I am an Aries, so I mean a ram would be perfect. Let me show you these super quick. I don't know, Jennifer, if you're still on. If not, I get it because I'm just reading that now. This is my bonus card for the birdhouse. I'm just showing them quick. Can't give it all away. I've got 2 cards for the Peachy Suite. So like I said, they're all fun folds, but they're all easy. I'll show you the other peach. Actually, this one's not a fun fold. I figured I better keep one of them simple. Nothing on the inside yet. This one is so much fun. It's a bay window card with all the plants. And then this one. So you get all the cardstock to make these. You get a half a pack of the Plentiful Plant, or the Bloomer or Planted DSP. You get a half a pack of the Pansy, Peach, Peach DSP. You get the embellishments, envelopes, all that jazz. Okay, ram or horse? Throw it down, Pam, we'll get it. Okay, well, you decide on that. I'm gonna stamp these ones. We'll do some quick coloring. Some ways I can't believe it's already Wednesday, and then in other ways I'm like, oh my God, it's only Wednesday. Like, I have to go to work for 2 more days. It's an entirely different thing just getting up in the morning, and if you don't feel like going and having a shower and doing all that jazz, you can just kind of roll out of bed and go to your laptop. Now, I can't do that. Oh, it looks like horse. Horse, horse, horse. Oh, you know what, Melissa? I did not place the order today as planned, so I thought we did pale papaya. Maybe we didn't. I can change your color this month because I haven't ordered it, but I thought pale papaya was the first one. Now I'm confused. Okay, so it looks like the horse. Dave and I were watching a few minutes, or maybe a little more, of the Calgary Stampede the other day. Right, Cindy? And I feel like this last 18 months has been such a blessing because we were home, right? So one of my coworkers today is like, oh, I got to remember to take a break. I was so bad for that at home, like 5 minutes here, a few minutes there, eat at my desk, like at her kitchen table. And I said, well, yeah, and I mean, now I can't go throw a load of laundry in. Like, what the heck's that about? So I didn't end up taking a break either time, like morning or afternoon today. Now I just realized I forgot to stamp all their little feet. I am not sure if I will stay on and stamp their feet, or cut their feet, I mean, because that could take a bit, but we'll see. Sometimes I wish my scan and cut could be a little bit smarter, and then I could just pull it out quick and be done. But I did a bunch of fussy cutting for a video that I did. Was it last night that I was doing that? And it was therapeutic. I know some people say that they love it and some people don't. But I think depending on what you've got going on and maybe how much you've got going on in your life, it can be therapeutic. It felt good to sit there and cut. That just slipped. Okay. Yes, please, but I'm pretty sure we already got it because it was fresh freesia last month. I'm not, or do I have a package for you still that has pale papaya in it? Anyways, I will double check before I order it because I don't want to have all of that and have it be wrong. Okay, so some quick coloring. This isn't anything super fancy. For the pig, I like to do petal pink. I know that some are doing Flirty Flamingo, but I feel like it's too pink. I feel like a pig would be more petal pink. Now, when I did it for the front of my little treat holder, I did do it in Blushing Bride, but Blushing Bride is quite a bit lighter than Flirty Flamingo. Flirt Flam. So quick coloring. See, doesn't this look more piggy-like? I better do the feet while I have the colors out. Now you just get to see the wall behind me, right? As I duck down. And then for the cheeks, I like to use light Calypso Coral. Sometimes I use Flirty Flamingo, but I really like Calypso Coral. I'm sorry if you can hear that. Dave is shaking his coffee filters out. Ooh, I was going to use Cinnamon Cider, but Cinnamon Cider is the color I'm using for the matte. I just said it, didn't I? Like, just. So on my first day back in the office, I did not find I was all that productive, but most of that, not my fault. We haven't seen these people in months, and they're like, oh, I need your help with this. Oh, I need your help with this. Oh, I need your help with this. And I'm like, oh, I didn't get anything done. Nothing that I had planned on. Let's just do this whole part dark. So this is soft suede. Let's do his little mane in dark soft suede too. Maybe I will just do that. We'll do crumb cake for his face. So you don't always have to use your blends to blend. Sometimes it can just be the straight color. And if you want a little bit of depth, you can just go over it in that same color. Don't go too many times because the color will start to bleed outside the lines, but Cindy, I could, so I made a video for my team. I actually asked them, I'm like, what would you prefer? Do you want like a pre-recorded video? Do you want a Zoom class? Oh, that was the other thing I was going to ask. If I do this free tutorial, like this free class where I give you the supplies to make what we're going to make, do you want it to be a pre-recorded video? Or do you want it to be like a Facebook Live or Zoom class? Because I'm thinking I want to do something called Craft and Connect, and we for the retreat, we're borrowing that name because I said, you know, I'm finding that so many people are missing the connection of actually crafting together. So I want to have something called Craft and Connect, and I thought a Zoom class would be perfect for that because then we're crafting together, and if you have questions, you can stop me. You're not just stopping your crafting and then having to type a message in. So let me know your preference on that. Now I know I'm never going to be able to please everyone with one type. I might have colored that too much. It's starting to bleed just a little. Okay, now for the cow, let's do gray. Let's do gray granite. I forgot the feet. What a chatterbox. Chatter, chatter, chatter. Sorry, I'm not flipping you off. Just happens to be the finger that I hold my cardstock down with, apparently. Now, for should we do petal pink or light flirty flamingo for the cow's snout? I'm going to do some ivory. Oh yeah, I totally overcolored this guy. I'm going to redo that before I put it in the card. So I will do these things. I'll share a picture after. Like I'm going to go sit and catch up with Dave for a few minutes, and I'll sit and cut these in my chair, and then I will take a picture and post it. Since I've got to redo the horse. There's like no air movement in here. I'm dying. Okay, we'll do the cow's feet with gray granite. Just going to do all dark. Petal pink. Alrighty. Not going to do cheeks on the horse because I have to redo him anyways. Okay, I'm just doing dark petal pink on this one. He needs some cheeks, he or she. A critter is not a critter without cheeks. Oh, I don't like it. I didn't go in the natural spot for that. Okay, so to give you an idea before I disconnect, I'm going to trim this down to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 to give me a nice full mat. Luckily, I have a whole bunch of circles left, so I don't have to go and die cut some more. Oop, this guy needs to be cut down. Now, if you're cutting the side of this, you need to do a little bit on one side and a little bit on another. So right now, the width is good. It's the height. So I want this to be 5 1/4, but I'm not going to take it all off of that one side. So we'll take it to 5 3/8 here. This started off as 5 1/2. And then we'll take it to 5 1/4 there. And you do have a little bit of room. If you want to be able to see more of your mat, you can keep cutting it down. Like, I think we could probably do a little bit more, but we're also going to see it in these 3 small holes. I think I'm going to take 1/8 of an inch off each side. But you do want to, I think that was more than 1/8. You do want to take it off evenly. Otherwise your circles will be off center. Okay, so that needs to be 5 1/8. Who knew that card making could teach you so much math? So this is now 3 3/4 by 5, and we can see a lot more mat that way. Love it. Oh boy. Aw, thank you so much, Marissa. Looks like most of you are on Facebook tonight. I have a couple on YouTube. So I think part of the problem with multi-streaming, although it took me a heck of a long time to get here to be able to multi-stream successfully with good sound and a feed that doesn't drop so often. You know what? I'm still talking. I might as well stamp this. If you can't stick around, I get it, but I might as well do this. But part of it is that if you're watching on YouTube and everyone else is on Facebook, you can't see the rest of the conversation. And that is part of the reason that maybe I don't say the comments out loud, but I hope that I repeat enough of it or answer enough of it that you know what the heck people are talking about. But if you're ever wondering what a comment was, just ask me and I'll read it for you. I can't always keep up with it. No echo either, right? Now, Jenny, I did mess up right at the beginning because I didn't have my phone muted. So then when I switched cameras and I remembered to mute this, there was no sound. But it's a lav mic. It's not rubbing against anything. There's like 6 feet of cord, so I can go all the way to the door and all the way to the stamps. It's awesome, but I still think I am going to get an extension because I can just see me going to grab something and be like, oh, it's so close, I can't get it. Okay, so this time I'm going to very quickly and lightly go over this horse in light crumb cake. How you doing, Jenny? I've been thinking about you and your cat. Okay, I think I'm going to skip the light crumb cake. Oh, no, I'm not. I lied. I'm going to put the light crumb cake just on his little snout here. I don't know if that's what it's called, but I can't spend as much time blending it as I did the first time. And I found the same thing with that mermaid. So when I showed you the Pattern Party mermaid, because there's not a lot of space to color, it quite quickly gets flooded. Do you see her neck? It doesn't seem to matter how fast I color. Every time I color her, that line bleeds. Every time. So some of them, because it's such fine line work, it just doesn't like the blends. But if you have tricks, tips, let me know. I'm going to make this a little different this time. Kind of modeled. Okay, I'm acutely aware of my middle finger tonight. I don't know why it's the one finger that holds this down. I'm so sorry. Okay, that's better. Let's keep his snout with light, soft suede. Now I think the one thing I might do after the fact is outline them in Pool Party because we know that that makes the colors really pop. But all that's left is to adhere all of this, but I'm going to show you before I sign off. That one's Garbaggio. The piggy can go at the bottom. This can go here, and I will try to remember to share the image that I found. I just realized this is super high up, isn't it? I will try to remember to share the image that I'm casing, because usually I don't case exactly. I mean, even this, I changed it up a little bit. But this will be popped up just a little bit so that they're kind of down there, and then their little paws are just going to hang off the side. So I'm going to go sit with Dave and cut these out, and then I will share a picture of this and my inspiration. And hi, Elizabeth. Yes, now I have 3 fingers holding it down, but earlier it was just one choice finger. Oh, you're exhausted. Cindy, I'll message you right after this. I recorded it as one YouTube video, so it'd be hard to share just that part. But let me think about it, and I'll figure out how I can get that to you. It's super simple. It's a matchbook holder. But Jenny, Elizabeth, anyone that's just joining and maybe didn't see this at the beginning, this was the original card, and this was the one that we made. So we did an alcohol ink on vellum thing tonight, and then we did this card. So if you're wondering why I'm still on an hour and 10 minutes later, it's because we made 2 projects that are not at all related. It's fun, isn't it? So something technique driven with something from the new holiday July to December mini catalog, this Words of Cheer, and then something from the annual catalog. It was fun, right? Okay, I've talked enough. I've talked enough for like days worth today. So thank you so much for joining me. For those of you that found me for the first time, I'm so glad you found me. I hope that you will tune in every Wednesday. It won't always be this long and chatterboxy. I can't promise that. Anyways, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and we'll see you soon, crafty friends. We'll do one down there and one there. Bye.